Good afternoon. It was a great win for our team. I played really well offensively and forced 13 steals, 18 turnovers. So our guys gave tremendous effort. Stanford's a very good basketball team. They've been playing exceptionally well. They just beat Arizona and scored 100 points on Arizona and then beat UCLA on the road. So we knew that they were going to play very well, and they did. So very proud of our team for stepping up and taking care of this win.
Coach, do you feel like Isaiah Collier's taken a big step forward these last two games?
Yes, last game he had 7 assists, no turnovers. Sonny didn't turn it over at all in the second half, and he was able to get to the rim, and he scored the ball and made the right plays. He ran the team tonight. He was suggesting what plays to run, suggesting different actions. So was Boogie, so was Josh, even Josh. He had 4 assists tonight. So I think when you have your players understanding what's working, what's not, that's a huge benefit to a coach because they're feeling it and they're seeing it.
Coach, you've really cut down on the fouls with 10 in each of the last 2 games. What would you attribute the relative lack of fouling to?
Well, we just foul at an alarming rate before and put teams on the foul line. And part of that is position defense. Part of that is just keeping your hands off people and playing with your chest and keeping your hands up or out.
As a head coach, what is one of the things you're looking for as far as effort? And the thing that pops up to me here is 13 offensive rebounds. What's the stat you look at first when you're looking at the shoot?
Well, I think you look at the turnovers and you look those are extra possessions. The offensive rebounding, those are extra possessions, and it can go either way, for or against you. And so tonight we won both of those battles, and they still shot a very high percentage. As I said, Stanford is very good. Everybody can make shots in their entire team, and and then when Jones is making 5 for 5 and Angel goes 3 for 3, those guys were pretty tough to guard. And I thought we challenged a lot of those shots, and they just made them. So I think the turnovers and offensive rebounding are big parts of our success.
Andy, a lot of things were better tonight defensively, as you mentioned. But are you still concerned about the shooting percentage of Stanford?
Well, I think if you look at the shooting percentage, they did shoot very well. As I said, I just gave them credit because they're good shooters and they made some tough shots. I think Jones' first 2 threes, one hit the side rim and rolled around, the other one hit the back rim, side rim, and rolled. So sometimes it doesn't go your way on the rolls, but I think when you force 18 turnovers, have 13 steals, even though they did shoot a high percentage, we were still able to control the game as best we could. Defense wasn't perfect. We started switching more in the second half, and I thought that helped us because Josh was so good at switching on the guards.
Andy, as a guy, Kobe is trying to kind of make a draft statement this year and take that, steady progression. What did you see just in terms of an all-around?
We're not concerned about draft status. When Kobe, Isaiah, and Boogie play well, we're undefeated. So if people are worried about where they're going in the draft, we're just not going to be very good. Kobe had a great game tonight, all-around game with his aggressiveness. He had 5 assists, 5 steals, 5 rebounds, and 21 points. And I thought he played probably his best game of the year. And so, all these mock drafts and projections don't mean anything. A lot of that's based on what you did in your past. It doesn't help you win games right now. So we don't talk about it, and I really don't care. I'm just concerned about putting guys on the floor that want to win, that play hard, play the right way on offense, and give effort on defense. And if they do that, we're a pretty good team.
Were you concerned at half when the Big Three had 37 of the 39? Were you concerned about getting more points?
When they're shooting the ball like this, I'll take it. As I said, when the Oregon game, our Big Three were 2 for 14 with 6 turnovers in the first half. That's not a formula for success. Oregon State, they turned the ball over at an alarming rate. And so I think the last 2 games they've played very good team basketball, played within themselves, didn't try to do too much, but we're still very aggressive. And I think it shows in our assist to turnover ratio. It shows in our shooting percentages.
You talk about Bronny James' basketball IQ. I think it was about 3 minutes left before the end of the first half. He anticipated Stanford calling a timeout coming across court through that charge. Did you see that happen, Drew?
That was a great play. Great play. And the guy was coming full speed, so he just stepped in and put his chest in there, and I thought it was very smart.
Hey, how do you think Bronny's handled the challenge of playing bursts to the way he has had to play because of the mental restriction?
Well, the first half he played probably 9 or 10 straight minutes. We put him into after the first media timeout, and then put him back in at the end of the first. So he's He's played about 19, 20, 21 minutes a game last few games, and as he keeps improving, I thought he gave us. He missed a couple easy shots tonight, missed some free throws, which is okay. Everybody does that, but he took the right shots. He played outstanding defense, and he's a big part of our team.
Is it more challenging in the second half where you maybe have to watch where his minutes are?
No, we just try to have a rotation of feel for who's playing well and what we need, offense, defense. Some guys get, like Boogie and Kobe got tired at the same time, had to take them out at the same time. But it's nice. We're very comfortable with everybody coming off our bench, especially Bronny, and he's done a great job.
It's like Isaiah was kind of getting into a rhythm with defenders going under screens and finding a little bit of that rhythm in his jumper. Is that, what you've seen about kind of progression?
I thought he did a very good job of driving. When you go under a screen, sometimes you can still get an angle if you get off that handoff or ball screen. If they try to go under, that means they have to meet you on the other side. And Isaiah's fast and quick enough to get downhill, even if they do go under. And I thought he did a good job of mixing the jump shot with his driving ability, and really played a smart game.
Andy, do you feel like you guys are back on track after that the road trip? Do you feel like the team in general overall?
Well, I think we've had much better practices. We played much better since those long road trips. Having one home game in 5 weeks was not ideal for our schedule. I think we had the lowest amount of home games in the entire Power 6 conferences. It was 5 in November, December. So it was really hard on us, especially when you're not playing well. We had all those injuries in November. Bronny hadn't come back. Vince was out for 9 months. We had a lot of things, a lot of headwinds, and then with Kobe and Boogie getting hurt at the same time. And then when they came back, and then we had some challenging road trips, a lot of road trips, and so I'm very hopeful that this team can keep improving, and I think that they bought in to what we're trying to accomplish. We have a chance to win some games, but every game in this league is tough, and our next one's Wednesday night.
Hey, does it impress you Bronny's ability to kind of stay into the game defensively even when the shot's not falling early offensively?
Yeah, Bronny is he's a very smart basketball player, and he's plays hard every possession, and defensively he helps us. He gets deflections. He can guard the ball on smaller guys, and he's strong enough to guard bigger guys. So so far so good.
So despite his minute limitations right now, is that why you're saving him for the end of the game, saving some of those minutes?
Well, sometimes when Boogie just makes 3 straight shots and Kobe has the stat line, Isaiah Collier, sometimes it's hard to find minutes for anybody, right? But he played 20 minutes. Bronny played 19, 20 minutes tonight, and it was a big part of our win. And I think each game is a little different from the rotation standpoint, and we'll just adjust as we go.
What needs to happen to play, better defense in the second half of some of these games?
I'm sorry?
What needs to happen to play better defense in the second half of some of these games?
Well, I thought, hey, we only gave up 44 points. Last game we got 45, so it's a 1-point improvement. It's pretty good, right? We held them to 59% from the 3-point line and 80 from the foul line, right? No, we played hard. We stole the ball 13 times, had 18 turnovers, had 20-2 in transition. We had 20 points. So a lot of those from our loose ball turnovers that we caused, and so we're a work in progress. We as you know, and I've stated, we're not as good defensively this year yet as we have been the last 4, but we're going to keep trying and improve.
As a shooting coach and someone who knows how to shoot free throws really well, what's going through your head when you see the team shooting lights out from behind the arc, or then they step up for the free ones and they just...
I usually think about if I can get in a jersey real quick and substitute myself in, but that usually doesn't work. I think my hair's a little too silver and gray for that. By the way, do you like my Just for Men? I got the right mix of salt and pepper right now. I think I look a lot younger now, no? Free throw shooting is confidence, it's technique, and we started out the game I think 1 for 5, and ended up making them down the stretch. But some guys are great free throw shooters in practice. Some are great in games, and some go in waves and a little streaky. So we'll keep working on it.
Are you concerned at all? Do you look at all the body language of your team? Because it looked like at least one player body language wasn't so good from the bench. I don't know if you consider that at all.
You can tell me later. Text me what player you think it was. I'm not going to say it publicly, but hey, we played 11 guys every game, and if everybody's had their chances, so we play guys a lot of minutes. Most coaches don't play 11 players at this level, and we played 11. And the only player that hasn't played is Brandon Gardner because he's been hurt 3 times. So at some point you have to be productive, and you have to and then realize that if someone that's playing instead of you is being productive, then you have to prove it in practice. And then when you do get in a game, you got to do something and know all the defensive concepts. And if anybody was a lockdown defender on the bench, they'd play a lot of minutes because that's our biggest our biggest deficiency right now. So we feel like we're in a great mental state. I think our guys are excited. They this past week we've had great practices, and unfortunately with 13 scholarship players and then your walk-ons, you can't make everybody happy. I just hope that players can buy into the team concept, even though things aren't going well for them.
The last game through this game, has anything changed for you?
Nothing's changed. I would just say the biggest thing is my confidence is high right now. So, I mean, I'm just running with it, taking the shots I know I can make, and thankfully they're falling in. So I'm just going to keep on shooting the shots I know I can make.
What's the process like to get your confidence back after a few tough games?
Just seeing the ball go through the hoop, that's the most important thing for me. Just staying with it. I've had teammates and friends, family, just stick with me throughout it. So just trying to see the ball go through the hoop is the biggest thing for me.
On a team, Kobe, with Andy's mentioned you guys have kind of struggled defensively at times. What kind of responsibility do you take upon yourself as a captain? 5 steals, 2 blocks tonight, just kind of defensively to be a leader in that area.
Yeah, I know this team looks at me as being a huge defender and just bringing that energy on that side of the ball. So I know I need to be better doing that throughout the entire game, just keeping the energy up, making sure we're, getting on the little details, boxing out, being in the right gaps at the right time. So just trying to clean all of that up and, so that everybody can feed off my energy so we can all be good defensively.
Question for both of you. Between the 2 of you and Isaiah, you scored 37 and 39 in the first half. Was that something you were aware of, that you were doing all the scoring, and was that a concern at all?
I mean, we're just out there playing. I mean, I didn't really even realize that. But just taking what the defense gives us. We play a lot of the minutes, and so I kind of expect that.
What's happening now that maybe wasn't happening in Oregon or the last few weeks? What's changed for this team?
We're playing a lot more unselfish. Offensively, I'd say we're moving the ball around a whole lot. Everybody's touching the ball. We're moving it side to side multiple times before putting up a shot. It's no more one pass and shoot it. So I think that was the biggest key for us, is just taking care of the ball and make sure that we get really good possessions on offense.
Andy said that Isaiah was, just talking about his development. He was calling plays tonight, that sort of thing. And especially over the past couple of games, he's looked a little bit more poised. Just what have you seen from his development there at the point guard position the past couple of games?
Yeah, definitely. Just knowing what coach wants, and then having plays in his back pocket that where you want to put your guys in great situations. He did that very well tonight. I feel like that's the next step for him, but he's doing well, and I feel like if he keeps that up, we'll definitely be a lot more organized, and it'll be good for us.
Kobe, Andy was just talking about how practices were better since Jack returned. What's kind of been the move in practice and how's that carried over in the game?
The mood's been great. The energy has been through the roof. I think that's something that I've tried to emphasize with the team. We got to practice how we play. So I mean, everybody's been bringing it to practice. We've been going at each other, been competitive. I think that's starting to show out on the court.
Maybe about a month ago, I think you talked about just the concept of wanting to prove that you can hoop to people, and keep kind of building your profile. Do you feel like you kind of play better sometimes in general with a chip on your shoulder a little bit?
Yeah, I would say all my life, I kind of played like that. I've always had a chip on my shoulder, but it's nothing new. I'm just going to stick to the work that I put in. I'm going to stick to my process, and I'm just going to let the results speak for themselves.
Boogie, you were 6 for 8 from 3. Was this kind of the night where you just felt the ball was going in?
I felt pretty good in warm-ups. Felt pretty good. Had a good pregame workout. Had a good workout this morning. So I didn't shoot the. I wasn't really happy with the way I shot the ball last game. So definitely fine-tuned some things and worked on my balance and got back on the right track.
Boogie, when those things aren't working for you, do you feel that maybe you have a little bit more energy, a little bit more pickup to your game when you start rebounding a little bit more? These last 2 games, I think it was 12 rebounds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been trying to have a different approach as I'm not just a scorer, I'm a basketball player, so just trying to make winning plays. If that's with assists, steals, blocks, just doing other things besides scoring to help this team win.
What do you think you're at? 46% from 3 so far this year? I mean, just first of all, your reaction to that? I mean, what's it been like kind of putting in the work to get to this point?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I know I put in the work, but I feel like I still got a lot of things to improve. I'm still not happy about it. When this year started, I said I wanted to shoot 50, so not quite there yet.
Probably at the end of the game there, you took a little bit of a still. Wrist okay? You're going to be available?
Yeah, absolutely. Got that. I'm gonna get ice on it, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Kobe, you talked about you guys go full bore at practice. Over the last couple of months, have you seen Bronny grow more and more comfortable at doing that, at going all out in these practices?
Absolutely. I know he was kind of, how do I put this, held back by what he could do, and was limited about what he could do when he first got back. But now that he's getting the repetition, going up and down with us, he's definitely coming out as the player that he is, and he's being a lot more comfortable in practice. He's playing more freely, and he's just hooping right now. So he's just trying to do everything to help the team win, and try to help as much as possible when he's out there on the floor.
How do you think he's handled the challenge of kind of playing in bursts, over the course of the game, especially in the second half when that minutes number is looming?
I think he's handled it tremendously. I know when he gets tired or when he gets a little winded, he asks for a sub, and I think that's very unselfish for somebody like that, because I know a lot of people can, want to stay in the game, and even when they're dead tired. But I mean, it's great to have him out on the floor, because when he's out there, he's going all out, and he plays his heart out, and you can't ask for anything else.
It's clear that Andy, trusts him defensively in closing lineups. And what's your guys, trust kind of when you're with him on the floor from that defensive perspective in closing, these big games as a freshman with only a few games under his belt?
Yeah, definitely. He makes winning plays. It's great to have him on the floor. Like Kobe said, whenever he's in the game, he plays hard. We know we're going to get that from him. So it's just great to have somebody that sparks us coming off the bench and giving us great minutes and energy and impacting the game even when he's not scoring.
Any more questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.